521 euros in dividends in May. That was the forecast. But I'll show you what actually ended up in the account. We're here on Parkit in the dividend calendar, and now let's just analyze what all is included with the stocks. Here we have AT&T, CVS Health, Verizon with 5 euros 61, ING with 4 euros 97, Stellantis Universal with 7 euros 55, Ecopetrol with even a 19% dividend and a total of 54 euros 83, Hapag-Lloyd with 16 euros 40, RWE, SBM Offshore. That results in a total sum of 82 euros 37. Antero Midstream, Evans Gas Holding, Bank of Santander, BASF, British American Tobacco, and Indo Tambang Gaya. That adds up to a total of 116 euros 78. Riley, VR, Energy with 5 euros 2 in total. AGNC Investment, Keppel & Co, Lufthansa, Post Netherlands with a total value of 38 euros 67. Exero Mercedes-Benz with a total of 30 euros, Höegh Autoliners, Veolia Environment with 24 euros 22, Cardinal Energy, Freehold Royalties, Kinder Morgan, Main Street Capital, Realty Income, VOC Energy Trust, Whitecap Resources with 12 euros 81, China Water Affairs, Freenet with 8 euros 43, BMW and Gerdau with a total of 4 euros 92, Petrobras with 5 euros 66, Aker BP, Eni, Tenaris, Volkswagen with a total of 65 euros 97, APA Corporation with 5 euros 54, Bank of China with 50 cents, Ellington Financial, China Construction Bank, DHT Holdings, Equinor, Kimball Royalty Partners, Petro, Petróleo Brasileiro, Porsche Automobile Holding with a total of 35 euros 39, Coterra Energy, PBF Energy with 3 euros 38, Arbor Realty Trust, CF Industries, Dorian LPG, Fresnillo, Gladstone Land, Helmerich & Payne, Oxford Lane Capital, TK Tankers, 62 euros 72. This results in a total sum of 521 euros and 43 cents. Now let's also take a look at the activities accordingly. Here we have Fresnillo with 3 euros 81, CF Industries, Gladstone Land, Arbor Realty Trust, InPlay Oil, TK Tankers, Dorian LPG, Helmerich & Payne. Don't be surprised if some stocks are listed together. I have already split my portfolio in advance between Sparda Bank and Trade Republic. Then we have Oxford Lane Capital, PBF Energy, Coterra Energy, DHT Holdings. Exactly, so all of them, as I mentioned earlier. I'll just quickly go through the list. You can just take a look at it yourself in peace or simply pause the video. If you want to know anything, Petrobras is also included, sometimes even with a special dividend. We also have APA Corporation. Let's also take a look at what the highest amount was that was paid out to me. That should have been either Ecopetrol or Tungela. Exactly, here we have Tungela with 116 euros. And I think that was probably even the highest payout for the month of May. Exactly, yes. That was, so to speak, the highest amount for May. In total, I received 573 euros and 41 cents in May. But of course, it's also possible that a few from June, which were paid out directly now, may have also been included. But that's exactly how things stand at the moment. I received 573 euros and 41 cents in May, and I believe I've already reinvested about 60% of it. I've set aside a portion because, in my opinion, many entry prices are simply too high at the moment. In the last short, I mentioned that I bought more shares of Torm, Dorian LPG, and also Flex LNG since they were cheap. That was simply because due to the dividend payout, or rather on the ex-dividend date, the price dropped again or even crashed, and that usually gives you the opportunity to buy in at a lower price. I can gladly show you that here as well if you like. Here's already a little bit of June. As I said, I actually don't want to show June just yet, simply for the reason that maybe a few transactions from July will still come in retroactively from June, for example, due to the longer bank processing times. Alright, I've set it to dividends. Now let's quickly add the purchase so you can see what I actually bought in July. I bought International Seaways, 3 shares. They're not large amounts though. I also added more to Banco do Brasil. Flex LNG, Torm. Exactly. And every month I put 80 euros into the savings plan for ultra short so that I get some interest accordingly. And if the market really does offer me good cheap entry points, then I basically shift things around, sell ultra short bonds and then buy stocks instead. Of course, I also have long-term bonds, which are actually paying pretty good interest at the moment. Exactly. So that's basically the current situation. Now let's take a look at the forecast for June. The forecast for June was 495 euros and 13 cents. In the next video, we'll take a look at whether we actually reached that amount. That was a quick reality check so you can see how much I actually received in May. And with that, I'd say see you in the next short, or of course in the next video. Until then, happy investing. And as always, this is not investment advice.